Alright.
Zebra.
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 Welcome back to Fish Tank. I'm MTJester.
I'm docbe.
And we're playing Hive Swap Friendsim Volume 5 again. This time I guess we're playing with Zebra. Kodak.
Zebra.
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 Bruh.
Zebra.
Bruh. Are you reading this
Okay.
time?
Yeah, I can read. Not right now, it's not. Okay. Your stroll takes you into a nice part of town that seems to have larger, more McMansion style hives.
McMansion?
Oh! Oh, no.
Okay, well, that's fine.
The power of positive thinking must be on your side because someone emerges out of the shadows of the sprawling suburbs. Who's this?
What voice? A deep kind of like smooth.
Yeah, like one of those, like a nice guy sort of thing, where they think they're cool, but they're a little bit of a fuckboy. Like once you get to know them.
Oh, hello there. Like that? Does that work? Oh, hello there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, hello there.
Bruh.
Oh, hello, m'lady.
M'lady. M'lady. I don't believe we met. I'm sure I would have remembered someone with such unique looks.
Kiss my ass harder.
You don't know where you are, do you?
By this point in your time on Alternia, you don't know if it's wise to admit that you're lost and naive to the ways of the world. But you don't know what you could say to try to convince this guy that you've got any kind of street smarts. You nod your head reluctantly, and he actually looks more interested in you after the confirmation that you're new to the neighborhood.
He's gonna take us into his house and murder us.
He's a fuckboy. He's such a fuckboy.
He's gonna put a roofie into our drink.
Probably.
Ooh.
Have you perhaps found someone who likes you for your vulnerability and naivety? That would sure be fantastic luck.
It's a good thing I found you. Not everyone is respectful to lowbloods, as I am. But I shouldn't make assumptions just because you're not much to look at. My bad.
Oh yeah, he's doing a pickup artist thing.
Yeah. I don't mean to be forward, but you're just so interesting. Mind if I ask what color your blood is? Yes!
You hesitate. While you're still terrifyingly ignorant of the intricacies of Alternian society, you're starting to feel terrifyingly informed about the role that blood color plays in this world. And you've managed to gather by now that plain old human red isn't considered one of the better colors to have. What do you do? He'll probably call the shit out of us if we tell him the truth, but...
I don't know, I think he would like that.
Alright, let's give it a shot.
You want to tell the truth?
Yeah, well, we have to ruin at least one of these playthroughs, so let's do it. Tell the truth.
Red, huh? Wow, that's so unique. I've always liked the color red.
No, it's bullshit.
I don't think I've ever filled a quadrant with a red blood before. I mean, I don't think I've ever made friends with a red blood before.
I'm a dick.
Yeah, exactly. So quadrant filling in the comic, it started out sounding like something that was really like, you're supposed to feel like you're destined to be with someone forever kind of dealio. But as it went on, it felt like it was just kind of like sometimes you fill a quadrant for a night. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's more of like a car cat thing, honestly.
Yeah.
Because he was a bit romantic.
A bit idealistic about it, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You don't know what a quadrant is, or what it means to fill one. Given your experience on the planet so far, you're nervous that it could mean something violent.
Oh, so now we're going to be educated on that.
On quadrants. Quadrants. But you don't want to further expose your ignorance, so you just say that you're as excited for this friendship as he is.
Heh. You come on so strong.
Yeah, they're
Nice.
making a parallel to more allegiance and friendship. So we've been a pale slut this entire playthrough. Every single person jumping from one to another.
No, I mean, like, it's different, right? Because, like, they have friends.
He doesn't seem to think so.
Well, look at him. He probably takes everything as I come on in some way.
I bet those horns are supposed to be like horse dicks or something.
Yeah, probably. You need a place to stay for the day, right? I can help you out with that. I've got plenty of spare rooms for guests in my hive. You know, because I believe it's important to help out the underserved members of the community when you can. My hive is this way, shall we?
To stranger danger.
Stranger danger!
Down the street. You guess it must qualify as a nice night because you hear lots of other or you see lots of other trolls walking around here too, and maybe you hear them as well.
Maybe.
Most of them are dressed as nice as Zebra, and you see a few shabbier looking trolls that must be lowbreds walking with the high bloods.
Today is actually Flushed Affirmation Day, so you'll see a lot of trolls taking their mate sprits out to celebrate. Luckily for you, my flush quadrant is currently empty. So I'm all yours tonight. Rose.
Sir, that sounds a little weird. He doesn't need to be all yours, you assure him. You're an easygoing individual who's happy to share their friends with plenty of other friends.
Sure. Sharing can be a good time if you're into that.
He's like, oh, you're kinky.
I could be, speaking personally, like, maybe with 2 low bloods, but not in an objectifying way. Everyone involved has got to respect each other, you know?
Wow, what? You have no idea how your innocent comment about friendship got taken to this particular place.
Yeah.
You decide that maybe the best thing to say here is nothing, because who knows how he might misinterpret you next. I bet this was the right option. I bet if we said we were high blood, he would be like, oh, I'm not into that.
Yeah, he seems to have a fetish.
Yeah.
Huh. Looks like there are a lot of high blood, low blood couples out here tonight for the holiday. Pretty unusual to see in this neighborhood, to be honest. It's sad, but most of these low bloods are probably with their mate sprits because it's socially advantageous. Pretty shitty of the high bloods to take advantage of that, but not everyone is as socially conscious as I am. I think it's super terrible when hybrids don't treat their low blood mid sprits like the queens they are.
You look around at all the other couples. The class divide is pretty noticeable, and some of the high blood trolls have scornful looks on their face when talking to their low blood dates.
That's kind of sad.
That's rude. One troll dressed in cerulean is making her shabbily dressed mate sprite kneel down so he can give her a ride on his shoulders.
That sounds like a Tavros Vriska thing to do.
Yeah. It could maybe be a cute coupley thing, you guess, except she's sure laughing a lot and he has the heel of her boot pressed into the back of his neck. You don't want to speculate about what people might be into, but it does seem kinda humiliating. Zebra sees where you're looking and shudders theatrically. In the process of waving his arms around to discuss, he slips an arm over your shoulder.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a sleaze bag. We caught it immediately.
I'm so sorry. You shouldn't have to see something like that.
You're trying to think of a tactful and friendly way to move away from his arm around your shoulders when you arrive at what must be his hive. It's the biggest and most McMansiony hive on the block, and when he stops in front of it, he lets go of you to gesture proudly to his sprawling home.
McMansiony is probably my favorite word so far.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one.
Welcome to my humble abode.
How are we gonna friendship this guy? He's like...
I don't think we should have. I think we should have walked away as soon as we saw him.
Yes.
I just feel grateful, you know, to be able to share my wealth with those less fortunate. We are less fortunate, that's right. We probably still got broken bones and we're probably still broke.
Give me all your wealth. Deposit $10,000 in my bank.
Hey, it's a zebra!
When you walk inside the front door, you're greeted by a very distinguished-looking white zebra.
How come all of these? I mean, they've been like all real animals, and then you got in Homestuck, you got shit like Equius's centaur butler. Like, where is the centaur butlers?
That's a dark glimpse into Hussy's past.
I know.
It's not really a dark one, I guess. He kind of proudly. It's a proud glimpse into Hussy.
It's pretty funny. That's you.
It has normal zebra markings all over its body, except for around its neck, where the dark gray zags have formed a shape that looks like a bow tie, almost like it's wearing a suit. You don't know how its zebra face is managing to radiate pure disdain when it looks at you, but that is unquestionably the energy you're getting.
Dad doesn't approve of us. Don't mind my losses. He's kind of socially old-fashioned. But he lets me keep low bloods around the hive to help out and stuff, so he's not all bad.
Oh.
Let me give you the grand tour.
As Zebra takes you through the spacious hive, you can see other trolls in several of the rooms. Most of them aren't wearing clothes as nice as Zebra's. You're guessing these are the low bloods he just mentioned? They seem to all be doing chores. Sweeping, cooking, exchanging green slime in the troll-sized bathtubs for other, possibly fresher green slime. Each of them glances up at you and Zebra when you walk by, and then looks deferentially away. The Zebralessus is following you, and every time you exit a room, it pauses in the doorway to whinny out what could be orders, or possibly he's just berating them. You arrive at an empty ballroom-looking space upstairs, where several low-blood trolls are hard at work cleaning up the remains of what must have been quite a party.
This guy gives me a little bit of if Gatsby, if Jay Gatsby were an absolute sleazeball,
modern day incel Jay Gatsby.
Yeah.
Zebra seems to notice you noticing how all of the trolls in here are scrubbing the floors, and how they are all avoiding your eyes.
See, I told you I'd taken plenty of guests. I believe it's important to promote diversity, you know, so that's why you don't see other indigo bloods in here. Looks like all the guests... Yeah, that's it. Looks like all the guests are busy today. Well, an important part of communal living involves contributing your labor when it's necessary, right, guys?
A few low-bloods mutter an affirmation, while others just put their sponges and mops down to prostrate their whole bodies on the floor. Zebra looks a little uncomfortable with the bowing, but not that uncomfortable. He doesn't introduce you to any of them.
That zebra's been glaring at us this whole time. Like, I feel it, you know what I mean? It's like, I see you. Through this computer.
I like his hair.
Yeah. They don't all realize yet that my hive is a sanctuary from the harsh injustices of the outside world. Anyway, enough about my low-blood guests. Let's take care of you, shall we? You gonna give me a bath?
Make me a sandwich.
Perhaps
his lessons has had enough of tolerating your presence, because it takes the opportunity to stop following you and go huff at more of Zebra's guests. Now, for better or worse, you are alone, and Zebra has turned all of his attention on you. His smile seems very friendly. You want to see it as friendly.
The night is still young. I'm happy to do whatever you want to do. If you feel like
Mario Kart.
Let's play Mario Kart. If you feel like going out on the town to celebrate Flushed Affirmation Day, I have lots of other friends I can introduce you to. Help you meet the right kind of culture, you know? Or if you're tired, I can show you to your guest room now, and we can have a nice night in.
Go out or stay in?
Go out. He sounds creepy. I don't want to Netflix and chill with this man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have a feeling the room thing we could just be boring and maybe bore him or something, but I think we should try Let's Go Out. Just go out. Out. Go out.
I feel like one of these is the wrong one. I feel like they're both the wrong one, and sometimes it's really obvious which option's the better one, And sometimes it's
always.
like, yeah.
What was it? What was the name of, Branya?
Yeah.
Where everything was the wrong option.
Yeah. We
you're
really
not
fucked
crazy.
that one up.
Oh, we fucked it up in every way. You're not crazy about the idea of being alone with this guy for the rest of the night. Plus, if he's as popular as he says he is, then that means there's more potential friends for you to meet. I'm just gonna throw in like a couple extra words here and there while my brain figures shit out.
That's okay.
That's okay.
It's okay.
You tell him that you're interested in going out. He thinks we're in love now.
Cool, cool. That sounds like a great time. I'll just go get ready. Actually, I think I'm more in the mood for a nice, quiet night in. Maybe television streaming service and lower the temperature if that's cool with you. Oh my god!
Oh boy. If that has the same connotation as it does on Earth, it's not cool with you. You stumble through expressing some misgivings, but he talks over you.
He always looks like he's undoing his bow tie, which makes me, like, even more uncomfortable. Great! Sounds like we both feel like staying in tonight. I'm not gonna lie, I'm psyched to stay in and have you all to myself. I just want you to feel comfortable whatever we choose to do.
Zebra. You're not sure why he asked you what you want to do, since your preferences don't seem to matter much.
My Lussus and my guests have probably prepared a delicious meal for you by now, but let's finish the tour first. I assume you want to see my room.
You tell him sure. Bedrooms are a great way for people to express their personalities, and as his friend, you're interested in getting to know him better.
In a friendly way.
In a friendly way.
Friends.
He doesn't seem to have heard part of the sentence, but that's okay. Hopefully he got the gist. I don't think he did. When you get to his enormous room, it's decorated with posters of musicians on the wall and what seem to be social justice slogans. One poster is a symbol with clawed hands in several different colors coming together to hold a trident with the word unity underneath it.
That sounds like some propaganda put out by the Empress.
Right? Or the, what was it, the diversity thing where it's just like a bunch of hands with different skin tones. Yeah. Another poster features a rainbow of colors ranging from rust to olive green that proclaims him to be a low-blood ally. Allie. Two other low-blood servants are in here. One of them standing on a stepladder to dust some high shelves while the other crawls around on the floor, scrubbing and picking up wrappers that Zebra seems to have just littered there.
Pretty sweet place, right? You look confused by the posters. Your music taste probably isn't refined enough to have heard of my favorite bands. I only listen to subversive musicians that speak truth to power. Luckily, you have me to teach you how to confront your privilege and support marginalized artists.
Oh, thank you.
He's so great. Also, did you notice my rad pile? It's a perfect setup for feelings jams with your morale.
He winks at you. You don't know what a morale is, or what he means by a feeling jam. Which sounds like, in theory, it could be a nice thing, but maybe not, given the sleazy way he says it. You tell him that it looks like a very nice pile of things. You spot a couple pillows, what looks like a puppet with a disturbingly long nose, some random bow ties, a few horseshoes.
You look intrigued. Want to lie down on it for a second? We don't have to do anything, but sometimes it can be nice to just, you know, pacify each other a little bit.
He sprawls on the pile in what he probably thinks is an enticing way, like he wants you to draw him like one of your French girls. You turn away to try and hide the disturbed expression on your face, because turning down his advances probably isn't the best way to secure his friendship.
Still with the friendship.
Still with the friendship. As your eyes cast about the rest of the room, you notice that the low-blood servant scrubbing the floor is having a coughing fit. You can tell that she's trying to cough unintrusively, but it seems like she's hacking her lungs up, with each big cough racking her whole body and making her shoulders shake. concerned, you crouch down by her side. Oh, we're being a pale slut right now. She jumps when she notices your concern and mumbles that she's fine and you don't need to worry. He's gonna be all like, oh. But she doesn't look fine. Now that you're getting a closer look, you can tell she seems to be underfed and exhausted, with sickly shadows on her face and scraped up knees and elbows. She looks bad, and you know bad, considering how much of your time you've recently spent stumbling around with various excruciating injuries. You mentioned to Zebra that his guest is not looking so good. He frowns, getting up from his pile of stuff to come investigate, blinking down at you in confusion and not sparing a glance for the low blood.
What? What are you even talking about?
Service tries to go back to her scrubbing, but she struggles with coughing and scrubbing simultaneously. It's hard for you to watch. Surely she would feel better if she took a break and ate or drank something? You asked the bro about that hot meal he said was being cooked for you. Maybe you could give some of it to this poor sick troll.
Geez, you're making me look bad. Heh. Ha ha. There's no way a guest in my house could be going hungry. I respect low-bloods and do everything in my power to take care of them. What, you think you're a better ally than I am?
Yeah. Considering your status, or lack thereof, on this planet, you're not sure you can count as an ally so much as a member of the oppressed underclass. But you let that slide. You hasten to explain that you don't mean to criticize him, and you're sure he's doing a fine job at being an ally to low-bloods.
Yeah, well, it's not easy. Whatever. Maybe we should go eat now. I don't feel like having a feelings jam anymore.
He turns and leaves the room without showing any sign that he'll do something for the sick low blood. You mouth an apology to her behind his back, and she just gives you a tired wave and goes back to scrubbing. Zebra leads you downstairs to the dining room, where his Lysis is supervising a team of lowbloods setting the table with what looks like a 4-course meal.
I want that. I'm hungry.
Me too. The look on the Lysis Zebra face is now even more disdainful than before, and its bow tie seems angrier.
What?
What?
What? Looks like... Looks like dinner is almost ready. Cool, cool. Of course you're probably not going to offer to pay for any of it, are you? Figures. Low bloods. I mean, trolls in general are always expecting me to provide for them without ever offering any concupiscence in return.
For once, you're kind of glad that you're unfamiliar with his alien vocabulary and innuendo. You have absolutely no money, which he definitely knows. You can pay him back for the dinner and friendship?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure if I want to be friends with someone who has a problem with the way I do activism. I have it on good authority from every other high blood I know that my intersectional praxis is valid.
You stumble over your words in your haste to assure him...
Sorry.
Well, I guess I'll sit over here and be the oppressed underclass.
Yeah, sorry. Whatever, just let's eat.
He's drinking some water. You both sit down at the table while the low blood sets the table, lights the candles, and serves the appetizer course. You can't help but notice that most of them look just as malnutritioned and sickly as the troll upstairs. But it might be best not to bring that up again. You eat in silence for a while, and Zebra looks like he's stewing over something. Then he sets his fork down and looks over the table at you with a frown.
You know what? I just realized. You totally denied my low blood her own agency when you questioned me about not feeding her.
Oh my god.
Yeah, what you said was totally problematic. You don't respect low bloods at all, do you? Not like I do.
You try to apologize and insist that that's not how agency works in any sort of context, saying that it was not your intention to disrespect anyone and that you're sorry you apparently did. He doesn't let you get the words out.
People don't realize how tough it is to be a high-blood troll who believes in social justice. Seriously, I face my own kind of oppression for speaking out and being an activist for low-blood rights. For one thing, I never get the conciliation and concupiscence I deserve. My quadrants are always going unfilled because no one else agrees with my radical views. I thought you'd be different, but you don't get it either.
You try to tell him that he's got you all wrong. You agree with his radical views and believe in low blood rights, which is why you were concerned for his guests in the first place. But he acts like you didn't say any of what you just said.
You're just another one of the oppressors, complicit in the unequal power structures of our fucked up society. Your lack of awareness of your own privilege really makes me sick. You must think you're so oppressed with your red blood and multiple injuries. But what you're doing now, rejecting me and criticizing me, it's really exactly the same as what subjugulars do to the lowbloods they call. You probably deserve whatever shitty position you have in society. Unlike me, I deserve to have this nice house and lowblood servants and full quadrants for being such a good activist, okay?
The zebra just advanced on you.
I know.
He's standing up by now, advancing on you with his zebra, stamping its hood threateningly at its side.
I love it when they just wiggle, the lusses.
Yeah. That's usually what I do when I have, like, some sort of emotion. You scramble, trying to make your way to the front door. It's tricky because you have to step around all the lowbloods who seem to feel strongly that they should get away from Saber when he's angry. You don't make it to the front door fast enough on your own. With the terrifying equine scream, Saber's Lustus rears up on its hind legs and strikes you with its hooves, battering you through the front door and breaking some of your recently healed ribs again.
Great.
I guess we should stay in, huh?
Take your privilege and offensive views and get out. Anyone who doesn't respect lowbloods is not welcome as a guest in my hive. It would behoove you to stay away.
Yeah, his horns are definitely horse penises.
Yeah. Well, we failed that one.
Let's try staying in.
Okay. Should we do that in this video or should we do that next time on Fish Tank?
No, let's just do it in this one.
Okay. That means I have to, like, power through all the way there.
Hit the what? Oh, no, you don't. You can just, like, you can go... Okay, go do that. Press the volume 5. And then click through all this.
Blah, 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 blah.
Press the guy. Press the guy.
The guy.
And then press the arrows. And then tell the truth.
Should we lie this time? What if we lie?
Oh, we could lie.
Oh, really? Oh, really? It's not that I don't want to be friends with other high bloods, but I'm a busy troll, you understand. So I only befriend folks that I might, you know, want to fill a quadrant with someday. Besides, high bloods just don't need as much help in our unjust society. Stay awakened.
He pumps his fist in the air and you immediately copy him, but the gesture doesn't seem to be enough to change his mind about you not being impressed enough for his taste.
So I just don't think it's going to work out between us.
Yeah, see, I told you.
Out of his
He's not
league.
gonna go for it.
Okay, well, at least we took the chance.
At least we did, yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. Go fast! Go fast! Show me to my room, please.
Yeah. You'd think that going out with Zebra on Fleshed Affirmation Day might potentially give him the wrong idea. And besides, you're pretty tired, so you don't feel like going out. You tell him you're ready to retire to your guest room now.
Sure, sure. Oh, bruh, by the way, have you heard of Chixie Rocksmere? You probably haven't. You don't seem like you're a very serious music fan. But you've got a great opportunity tonight to learn from me. One of her low-blood musician friends is playing a show for the holiday, and I can get us in because I'm super connected in this scene. We should go just in case she's there.
So he's gonna ask you to go out because you said to stay.
Wow, he's a dick.
He's
guy's the
dick.
worst.
He's
I
a
hate
dick.
him more than anyone else we've talked to so far.
Yeah. You could have sworn you told him you wanted to stay in tonight, but okay. You can gather the remains of your energy and go out to this concert with him. That's what a good friend would do. He takes you across town to the concert, only trying to hold your hands or put his arm around you a couple times on the way. So it could be worse. Maybe hand-holding is totally platonic on Alternia? You hope so. The concert itself is one troll with the guitar and harmonica, according to Zebra. Who, according to Zebra, is a low blood whose songs are spreading truly radical messages, almost as radical as Chixies.
Guitar.
Guitar. You enjoy the tunes as much as you can, but you don't understand what the lyrics are trying to say. You ask Zebra what the lyrics mean, since the message is apparently important to him, but he gets annoyed with your question.
What? The lyrics are about, well, they're about a lot of things, social justice and oppression and stuff. It's hard to explain to someone who doesn't already get it. Like, if you're not on my level already, I don't know what I can really say, you know? But enough about the music. I want to talk about you. What sort of things are you into? He doesn't care.
And punching douchebags. You haven't had many opportunities on Alternia to talk about your interests. How exciting. You say that you like playing games, but he's already interrupting you.
Cool, sounds great. Really interesting stuff. But what's your quadrant situation like?
It's harder to pretend that you know what he's talking about now that he's asking about quadrants directly. You admit that you have no idea what he means by quadrant situation.
Whoa, you're even more clueless than I thought.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I still find you attractive.
Oh, thank you. He goes into brief, but not really brief enough, explanation of the 4 types of romance on Alternia. Mateship, the flesh quadrant, which to you sounds the most analogous to human romantic partnerships. More religions, the pale quadrant, which sounds like an exceptionally codependent friendship by human standards.
That's a good way to put it.
Auspisticism, the ash quadrant, which you don't understand at all. And kismesitude, the black quadrant, which sounds like repeatedly hooking up with someone you hate. You're fuzzy on the details of all 4 of these, but you understand enough to get that he's asking if you're signal. You tell him that you, really just wants to be friends.
Of course, I super respect your choices.
So much respect.
If you ever change your mind, I'm right here. And being in a quadrant with an affluential, yet sensitive and socially aware indigo blood like myself could make it a lot easier for you to survive and thrive on Alternia.
Didn't he, just bitch about people like low bloods who were...
Well, he sure did, friend.
Yeah, it says right here, wasn't he criticizing that kind of high blood, low blood, socially advantageous relationship just a few hours ago? It wouldn't be very friendly of you to point out his hypocrisy, so you don't mention it, but you think it.
But you think it's super hard.
Yeah, after another song, another troll at the club sidles up to Zebra and whispers something in his ear, then skulks off again. Zebra looks alarmed, glancing around him and edging towards the club exit.
I just got a tip that there's about to be a calling at this concert. We should get out of here.
You definitely agree with him about wanting to get out of here. You look around at the rest of the audience still enjoying the show. You and Zebra are the only ones getting ready to leave. Is he gonna warn any of the other trolls here about the danger?
Oh no, definitely not. If I were to warn any of these lowbloods that a calling is coming, that could mean risking my life too.
Oh, priorities.
Not that I've ever tried, but everyone knows that. The highbloods here will probably be fine though. We've got each other's backs. It's important to look after your comrades in this struggle.
Sure enough, you can see that other trolls here who, much like Zebra, stand out because they're wearing nice clothes, are casually but urgently leaving the concert venue. The lowbloods are all still clapping and singing along with the singer on stage. No one has given them a tip-off.
Come on, we've got to scram.
Light something on fire. The 2 of you abscond, getting away from the music club as fast as your legs can carry you. By the time Zebra decides it's safe to slow down, you're tired and out of breath. Looking around, it seems like you've arrived back at the high blood part of town. You wonder if drones have descended on all of those trolls at the club by now, and you just can't hear it because this neighborhood is too far away, closed off and sheltered from the violence.
Phew, that was a close one. Going to low blood cultural events like that can be dangerous, but it's one of the risks you have to take if you want to be an activist. I can't tell you how many times I've risked a calling to fight for low blood rights. Civil disobedience is the only way to fight the authoritarian state.
This is really like cutting.
Yeah,
getting straight into it.
Like the racism metaphor here is so real.
Yeah. Racism and sexism just like bundled up into
Just
one.
the worst, yeah.
The most hetero white upper class dude.
Yeah.
He turns to you and takes one of your hands in both of his, looking deep into your eyes.
I just think it's so cool how you supported me back there when we risked our lives for the cause. That's probably the best way you can contribute as an activist and ally, you know? By supporting me. And speaking of activism, we were talking about quadrants earlier. Let's get back to that.
This guy just does not want to take no for an answer. Once again, you reiterate that friendship... that friendship is what you're looking for here. He nods enthusiastically and squeezes your hand tighter.
Fuck yeah, I love friendship.
Fuck yeah, friendship.
Friendship. I've always believed that a strong friendship is the best foundation for any successful romantic relationship. And many trolls start by being friends first and enter into a quadrant later. Even if you
later can be never.
Never, yes. Even if you try to be friends but then fight too much, that can still prepare you for a quadrant.
I like this because it's like this is exactly the type of guy that gets friend zoned and then bitched about getting friend zoned. And it's like if you heard yourself and had to interact, you would know why you're getting friend zoned.
Yeah. Either way, the thought of being your friend makes my blood pressure beat a little faster. No, yeah, it's real.
Yeah, he's just like, well, you're not fucking letting it go, so I guess I'll just keep you in suspension for the rest of your life. Have fun, buddy.
I was talking to someone the other day about like how dudes will get on Tinder and then like within five like interactions, like 5 sentences, start talking about their dick. And how they're like, oh yeah, I can get laid, but then they're like, oh, but I never have a girlfriend. And they're like, I think I have women all figured out. And I'm like, you know that women can be douchebags too, right? Like, there's a certain kind of dude that doesn't get that women can be douchebags, and that the only reason they're getting laid is because a woman also wants to get laid and realizes that they're super easy. And they're like, yep, this'll be no effort whatsoever. Let's go. That's the kind of person who would sleep with this guy. They're like, well, you know what? I don't even have to try. It happens and it's like, bye, see you never again. Have fun.
Right, yeah.
It's not a quadrant.
Like, yeah, it's just a lot of people don't realize that other people are also complex people.
Yeah, no,
like,
they don't.
Just is like, oh, this person, why are they like this? Because all these people are like this. And you're just like...
I can get women to sleep with me whenever I want. That's because women also want to have sex. Sometimes. I know, it's shocking. It's surprising.
Yeah, but sometimes that how it be.
That how it be. Anyway.
Also, I just love people when people bitch about Tinder and being like, and then people start talking about their junk, and it's like, it's fucking Tinder.
Yep.
Sure, you say. If what we're doing is extolling to the benefits of friendship, then boy, do you have some things to add to his list. For instance, friendship can give you a sense of platonic companionship with your fellow man, and friends can also come in handy when you need someone to help you move or take you to the airport or other non-romantic activities. You'd think friendship is a great thing to pursue for its own merits. Friendship is so great that once you have it, why would you want anything more?
Hell yeah, totally. You're so right that friendship is a great first step.
This is what I made a post about this earlier on Tumblr, basically. But this is what all of society feels like when you're anywhere on the A spectrum constantly.
I believe you. Yeah, I believe it. Did you enjoy the concert tonight? I think that our character probably is Ace.
Yeah, because
that's the first time I really was like, you know what, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Did it persuade you to be an ally for low blood rights?
You'd think that going by your blood color and how often you've almost gotten killed by those more powerful on this planet, you're more like a member of the oppressed underclass than you are an ally. But you decide not to split hairs and just tell them that yes, you'll be an ally to yourself.
That's fantastic. I'm so happy to hear that. If you're an ally to low bloods, then I'll allow you to be my mate sprite.
Oh, thank you. Friend, you correct him. You can be his friend.
Right, sure, yup. I meant to say friend.
He lets go of your hand finally, which at least counts for a partial victory in weeks, which kind of ruins it.
Is this a victory, though? Are we victorious?
The calling in the background.
Oh, that is a calling in the background.
Anyways, so that was a fun reflection of society.
Yeah, that was almost painful in its realness sometimes. Anyway, I hope next time we get some... I want a clown.
Yeah, let's get a clown.
Next time. Hoping for that clown. Clown.
Clown.
Okay. Well, next time on Fish Tank.
Next time. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Say hi to us. Join our Discord and our Twitter. Okay. We love you.
We love you. Bye.
Bye.